Hello! Good day to you, and welcome back to the channel. I am your host for today. I am Bragi, the son of Magnar, and I am a Viking warrior, and I'm also a skald, a poet and a teller of tales and stories. Now today I am here to tell you an old English folk tale. And this folk tale is called The Boy and the Parson. And before we start, let's talk about the word parson. As you may be saying to yourself, well, Bragi, what is a parson? Well, a parson is a French priest. A priest from Francia, and it would often mean that our priest had a bishop, and our bishop too would be from Francia, from France. And one day our parson was walking out in the north of Derbyshire, the county where I am from and was born, and one of the 5 boroughs. Well, one day our man, he was walking in the north of Derbyshire, on the hills and on the moors. And Derbyshire is famed for its moors of heather. And he was walking along an old ancient path, minding his own business, was our man, the follower of the white Christ, until he was walking around a corner and he saw this boy. And this boy was, well, he was getting and collecting some heather to make brooms, of which we will talk about at the end of this folk tale. And our man, our parson, our priest, he was wondering, well, what are you doing? So he said, good afternoon, my boy. Can you tell me what time of day it is? Well, the boy said, well, I can't. Well, said the parson, do you think it is midday? Well, the boy looked up in the sky. He paused for a minute and he said, well, it can be no less. And then the parson carried on talking, and he said these words. Do you think it is mid-afternoon? He said to the boy, collecting heather to make brooms. And the boy looked round at him again, annoyed because he was trying to work and earn some coin, and said, well, it can be no more. And then the parson went on and he said to the boy, can you read, my boy? And the boy, the young lad, he was about to become a man, said, well, no, I cannot read at all. So then the parson said to the boy, said, well, how do you make a living? Asked the parson. And while the boy spoke these words and said, well, I make brooms. I make brooms all day. I collect heather in the morning, and late afternoon I put the brooms together. And if I can make a dozen in a day, that's a good day for me. But then the boy spoke to the parson and said, well, how do you make a living? Well, the parson said, well, I'm a parson. I go round praying to God and praying in churches and preaching to people. And the boy said, well, what a strange way to make a living. You make a living by saying prayers, and I make a living by making brooms, said the young boy. Every man to his own trade. And that is the end of this folk tale. And this folk tale was collected in the village of Norton in the north of Derbyshire. So let's talk about what is a broom and where does the word come from. Well, broom is an old Middle English word. And we all know what a broom is. We often associate brooms with witches. That is, as we say, another tale. And broom, the word, comes from the old English word of brom, for brushwood. And it also comes from the old Proto-Germanic word of brem, for bramble. That is the end of this folk tale, and I must go and find Eggle, for he is around somewhere in his longhouse, probably drinking mead. Goodbye, and I thank you for watching this folk tale. We all love a good English folk tale on this channel. Both I and Eggle have told many, and no doubt we will tell some more in the future. Goodbye, and drink a hell.